Did you know GM knowingly put faulty crankshafts in 720,000 trucks? Metal contamination left at the factory, 20 bulletins buried, 173 failures excluded from recall. Engines fail twice. Warranty covers one. You eat the $8,000 second failure. NHTSA is investigating. Your truck could be next. Here's the evidence. The nightmare on the highway. Picture this. You're cruising down the highway. Family in the back, boat in tow, inside a Chevy Silverado, GMC Sierra, Cadillac Escalade, Tahoe, or Suburban. These are supposed to be the kings of the road. Then, without warning, a violent jolt. The engine goes silent. Traffic flies past. You're stranded. This isn't a freak incident. For tens of thousands of owners, it's becoming disturbingly common across vehicles from General Motors. You tow it to the dealer. Stress, disruption, lost time, then relief. It's covered under warranty. You assume GM is standing behind its product. But what if that relief is an illusion? What if the repair is just a temporary patch, engineered to push the engine past the 60,000-mile powertrain warranty and nothing more? Because mounting evidence suggests the failure often comes back, and when it does, the warranty is gone. The next breakdown, that bill is on you, often costing thousands. This isn't about bad luck, it's about whether the fix was designed to truly solve the problem, or just delay it long enough to shift the cost to the owner. The two ticking time bombs. If you own a late model GM truck or SUV, specifically one equipped with the popular 6.2-liter L87 V8, you could be sitting on one of two ticking time bombs. This isn't about a few isolated incidents found on obscure forums. These are widespread, well-documented, and systemic problems. They affect a massive number of GM's most popular and profitable vehicles, including the Chevy Silverado 1500, the GMC Sierra 1500, the Tahoe, the Suburban, the Yukon and Yukon XL, and the Cadillac Escalade. These two distinct yet equally catastrophic failure points are the root of this crisis. They are the first failures, the one that often, thankfully, strike while the vehicle is still under the protection of its 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. You get a major engine repair or maybe even an entire engine replacement, and you drive off the dealer lot believing your nightmare is over. But for so many owners, that's exactly where the real story and much more costly story truly begins. The lifter collapse, a slow and costly demise. The first potential catastrophe lurking in your engine is the infamous lifter failure. This problem is directly and inextricably linked to GM's active and dynamic fuel management systems. Clever-sounding technology designed to deactivate some of the engine's cylinders to save a tiny fraction of fuel. The system relies on highly complex, specialized lifters to work. The problem is these lifters can collapse, stick, or simply disintegrate under normal operating conditions. When they fail, it's not a quiet death. It begins with a faint but persistent ticking noise, a sound that many owners initially dismiss as normal engine chatter. But that tick is a death rattle. As the failed lifter stops doing its job, it sets off a brutal chain reaction of destruction inside your engine's core. The ticking can quickly escalate into bent push rods, which then leads to a chewed up and destroyed camshaft. The shrapnel from this internal self-destruction contaminates the entire engine. Eventually, it culminates in total, catastrophic engine failure. The crankshaft catastrophe. Sudden, violent, and unforgiving. The second nightmare scenario is even more terrifying because it can happen with almost no warning. We're talking about catastrophic bearing failure in the engine's crankshaft and connecting rods. This isn't a case of normal wear and tear over hundreds of thousands of miles. GM's own internal documents, released as part of a massive recall, admit this is a fundamental manufacturing defect. The company has acknowledged multiple supplier manufacturing and quality issues, which is corporate speak for two horrifying realities. First, some crankshafts were machined to the wrong size, meaning they were out of spec from the moment they were installed. Second, and perhaps even more shocking, is the admission of sediment contamination being left inside the oil passages of brand new engines at the factory. This debris, essentially sand and metal grit, acts like sandpaper circulating through your engine's lifeblood, the oil. It relentlessly grinds away at the soft metal of the critical bearings until they are completely destroyed. When these bearings fail, the engines can seize up instantly at highway speeds, or, in the most violent scenarios, a connecting rod can break free and punch a hole right through the side of the engine block. The false dawn. GM's warranty fix. So your engine fails, you survive the ordeal, get the truck to the dealer, and they confirm it's a known issue covered by the powertrain warranty. They undertake a massive repair, perhaps even replacing the entire engine block. You get your keys back, your truck runs smoothly and quietly, and you feel that immense wave of relief. The system worked. GM stood behind its product. You're in the clear. But this is where a deeply disturbing pattern begins to emerge, a pattern documented across countless owner forums, in candid reports from independent repair shops, and most damningly, in the pages of court documents. The so-called fix often isn't fixing the root problem at all. Owners who endured the incredibly stressful and disruptive process of a major warranty engine repair are finding themselves right back where they started, facing a second identical failure. The only difference this time, their 60,000-mile warranty has expired, and the repair bill is now their burden. Déjà vu. The second failure. The anecdotal evidence is overwhelming and paints a chilling picture. Go online and the stories are everywhere. One distraught owner reports that his 2021 GMC Sierra AT4, which had its first engine failure at just 25,000 miles, suffered a second identical engine failure only 11,000 miles later. Another owner of a 2021 Silverado reports a cascade of warranty repairs, oil pump, timing chain, only to have the engine catastrophically fail again at 72,000 miles, just outside the warranty period. GM refused to cover the second failure. A 2023 Silverado owner shares that his 6.2-liter engine had a lifter collapse, which was repaired under warranty. A mere 300 miles later, the entire engine blew again. This isn't just a string of unbelievable bad luck. It points to an agonizing question that lies at the very heart of this entire issue. Is the replacement engine, or are the replacement components, just as fundamentally flawed as the original ones? Are you simply swapping one defective part for another identical defective part? This is the definition of a temporary patch, a fix designed not to last, but to simply run out the clock. If you're finding this information helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. The legal battle begins. Owners fight back. This pattern of repeat failures has not gone unnoticed. Multiple class action lawsuits have been filed against General Motors, alleging exactly this. One such lawsuit filed over a 2023 GMC Yukon provides a perfect damning example. The court filing states that after the vehicle's original engine was replaced under warranty for a failed connecting rod, the brand new replacement engine had been exhibiting the exact same symptoms of impending failure almost immediately. The lawsuits allege that GM is knowingly trapping its customers in a cycle of failure. They claim that even when GM replaces engines or components under its warranty obligation, the replacement parts are often the same defective design that caused the initial problem. The lawsuits argue that this isn't an accident, but a deliberate strategy. The relief of a warranty repair is systematically being replaced by the dread of a second, seemingly inevitable and now much more expensive breakdown. The legal battle set to move forward in 2026 aims to prove that GM has known about these defects and has failed to provide a permanent, meaningful solution. Exhibit A. The paper trail of guilt. To understand the sheer scale of GM's awareness, let's focus on just the lifter issue. This is not a new or surprising problem for the company. GM has been wrestling with issues related to its active and dynamic fuel management systems for years. How do we know? They've left a paper trail. The company has published more than 20 separate technical service bulletins, or TSBs, related to these precise valve train and lifter issues. A TSB is an internal memo distributed to dealership service departments. It's an official acknowledgement from the manufacturer that a specific recurring problem exists, and it provides technicians with a guide on how to perform the repair. 20 bulletins on the same family of problems isn't just a trend. It's a clear sign of a deep, persistent design or manufacturing flaw that the company has been chasing and patching for years without ever truly solving the underlying issue. It's written proof that the problem is known, widespread, and a constant headache for the company and its customers. The smoking gun? Repairs before the sale. Buried in GM's paperwork is what many call the smoking gun. An internal TSB reportedly instructed dealers to perform lifter replacements on brand new 2021 trucks and SUVs before they were even sold. Read that again. Brand new vehicles, engines opened up, parts replaced before a customer ever saw them. According to the report, General Motors identified a batch of faulty lifters from a supplier, knowingly installed them at the factory, then shipped those vehicles to dealers with orders to fix the engines quietly on the lot. That's not a random failure, that's foreknowledge. It shows GM knew defective parts were being installed before the vehicles left the factory floor. And if one bad batch was caught and quietly handled, it raises a much bigger question. What other defective parts were known about, but left in place? This isn't speculation, it's documented behavior, and it fundamentally changes how these failures should be viewed. Exhibit B, the Great Crankshaft Recall. The lifter problem is a slow ticking time bomb. The crankshaft failure is a sudden, violent explosion. And this isn't just speculation, it's a matter of public record. In April 2025, GM was forced to issue a massive recall covering approximately 720,000 vehicles globally due to these defective crankshafts. In the recall documents, GM finally admitted to what owners had been experiencing: multiple supplier, manufacturing, and quality issues. This included two major confessions. First, that some parts were dimensionally incorrect. They were the wrong size from the start. And second, the admission of sediment contamination, or debris left in the engine's oil passages during manufacturing. This recall affected a huge swath of their most popular models, including the Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, Suburban, and Escalade. It was a public admission of a massive systemic failure in their manufacturing and quality control process. A band-aid on a bullet wound, the thicker oil solution. Now, look closely at General Motors' proposed fix. If an engine had already failed, GM would repair or replace it under warranty. Fair enough. But for the hundreds of thousands that passed inspection, GM did not replace crankshafts, bearings, or tear down engines to remove metal debris. Instead, the official remedy was this: switch to thicker 0W40 oil, replace the oil filter, and install a new oil cap. That's it. For a known catastrophic manufacturing defect, out-of-spec metal parts and abrasive debris inside the engine, the solution was thicker oil. Mechanics immediately called it what it is: a band-aid on a bullet wound. Thicker oil may quiet noise or slow wear, but it doesn't remove metal shavings or fix defective components. Critics argue the goal is simple: keep engines alive just long enough to pass the warranty window. GM did extend coverage to 10 years or 150,000 miles, but that still leaves owners driving vehicles with a known defect, hoping the patch holds. Exhibit C, the feds step in. This isn't just a story based on angry owners on the internet or even class action lawsuits. The federal government is now directly involved and expanding its investigation. After GM issued its crankshaft recall, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, didn't just accept the fix and close the case. It escalated its investigation into an engineering analysis. As of late 2025, NHTSA is probing another 286,000 GM vehicles for the exact same engine failures, because these vehicles fall outside the scope of GM's original recall. Why? Because the Federal Safety Agency has received over 1,157 reports of these devastating bearing failures, and a shocking 173 of those reports came from owners whose vehicles GM had decided not to include in its recall. NHTSA-owned documents state that they continue to receive a significant number of failure reports, and that this presents a potential safety risk that warrants further investigation. The federal probe is expanding for one simple reason: the evidence strongly suggests the problem is far bigger and more widespread than General Motors has publicly admitted. Connecting the dots, a pattern of deception? Let's connect the dots because the pattern is impossible to ignore. 1. Internal TSBs from General Motors show GM knew defective lifters were being installed in engines before some trucks were ever sold. 2. An official recall covering 700,000 plus vehicles offers many owners no real repair, just thicker oil. That's a temporary patch, not a fix. 3. Multiple class action lawsuits moving forward in 2026 allege GM's warranty replacement parts are just as defective as the originals, creating a cycle of failure. 4. A growing number of owners report second engine failures, often just after the 60,000-mile warranty expires. Put it together: foreknowledge of defects, temporary remedies, allegedly faulty replacement parts, and failures timed around the warranty clock. So what is this? Bad luck and quality lapses? or a cold financial calculation. Cover some warranty claims, push the rest past the deadline, and shift multi-thousand-dollar repairs onto loyal customers. The evidence forces a very uncomfortable question. Your battle plan. How to fight back. This isn't meant to scare owners, it's meant to protect them. If you own one of these trucks or are thinking about buying one, knowledge is your best defense. First, if you're getting a warranty lifter or engine repair, document everything. Ask the service advisor for the exact part numbers being installed. Get a clear answer. Are these redesigned lifters or the same old parts? Write down names, dates, and responses. Second, if your vehicle is in the crankshaft recall and the dealer only recommends an oil change, push back. Ask for written confirmation that your specific engine was inspected and cleared of out-of-spec parts and metal debris, exactly as outlined in GM's recall documents. Third, stay alert. Listen for ticking or knocking. Check oil often, and look for metal shavings on the dipstick. If anything feels off, especially after a repair, get a second opinion from an independent mechanic immediately. Finally, be cautious with AFM/DFM disablers. They may help prevent lifter failure, but they can also give GM grounds to void your powertrain warranty, leaving you fully exposed. Be proactive. Paper trails and vigilance matter. GM bet you'd stay quiet. Prove them wrong. If your engine failed once or twice, drop your story below. Year, model, mileage, repair cost. Your story could save the next owner. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.